how to get clients as a life coach. I've got a lot of experience in this space. We're going to go through and give you 8 specific steps that you need to do if you're trying to build your practice. When we can live life on our terms, on a holistic level, taking into account not just our business lives, but also our health, all of our relationships, from friends, family, partners, the world changes. All right, so first off, congratulations that you're investing the time and energy to figure out how it is you're going to build your practice. How is it you can get clients as a life coach? Now, the 8 specific steps, they're not anything extraordinary, but if you follow them ultra consistent, you'll be amazed at how successful you can be. Now, the first thing is for you to step back and identify who is your ideal target customer. Now, if you say, oh, I can do this for everybody, well, respectfully, you're probably going to end up failing. You're not going to be as good as you could be. The narrower your niche, the more specific the niche, excuse me, the easier it's going to be for you to go after and target them. A little COVID cough I'm fighting. So what I mean by this is if you say, oh yeah, I can help anybody, fine. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. As an example, for me, I have a very specific niche. I work with high-end, very high-end private and public CEOs and business owners who've achieved more than they ever thought possible, but in actuality aren't really happy with where they are in life. And they're really, really stuck trying to figure out where that next step is in life. Now, it's a very unique niche, but once I know that, it helps me figure out who I can go after. So if you're a mom, maybe you go after people who are moms. If you're I don't know, a person of faith, maybe it's people who are having crisis of faith. If it's something that people are transitioning back into a workforce, maybe it's getting a new job and you've got those experiences, then that's going to help you. So the number one is for you to go through and define who your ideal target is. Usually you would do this from a demographic, who are they, sort of ages, genders, socioeconomic, to try and figure that out. A geographic, where are they, meaning what is the geographic region they are. And then lastly, the psychographic. And the psychographic is what is it that they really value? What are those pieces that they get to know? But the more you can define and build your ideal target market, that's going to be your first step in how you get clients as a coach. Now, the second thing then is you're going to need to go through and establish and define for that person, that ideal target market, target person we would call an avatar, why are they going to trust you? Why should they trust you? What's your experience? And and trust comes from 3 areas. 1, what is your experience? What is your life experience? If you've been through this, if you're a business owner that sold a business and you've helped people, you've been through that yourself, you're going to be able to do that. If you're somebody who's been through divorce, if you've been through health crisis, you're going to have those life experience. Now, second, if you have any people that you have worked with, having some form of testimonials that you can reflect back on or that you can even have on a site, but that's going to give you some social proof and that's going to establish trust in a different way. And then lastly, do you have some sort of a certification or proof that says, I've invested time and energy in becoming stronger and better at this? If you have interest in that, we actually offer a course at lifeon-yourterms.com where you can go through and you can actually get a certification and you have a whole bunch of tools that you can use to help people be better. But it says, look, I understand this thing, I've done this, and I've chosen to invest time and energy myself in becoming better at these things. So if you have the experience, you have solid testimonials and social proof and some sort of certification, this is going to help establish trust with that ideal target market. So we've defined our target market. You're starting to establish why people are going to value that. Then the next thing is start to identify where can you find that target market, those avatars. Where are the areas that those people are gathering? And this can be virtually. You can be different chat rooms. It could be different groups. It can be in person. It could be whatever it may be. But I can tell you that for me, for a long time, I had a weekly scorecard item where I had to go out and find 3 to 4 places each week where high-end business owners met and just get there. That's one of the hardest pieces, is just finding out how do you get in front of those people. Just get into that. And there's an old saying, if you're going to fish, Make sure you fish where the fish are. This will help you to get there, and then you're going to be able to excuse me. And then once you're there, it's going to make it a little bit easier. But when you identify where they can be found, okay, now how can you start getting into this? Maybe it's associations, maybe it's different groups of that are solving different problems. Now, I'm not saying you go and sell there. Bear with me on this. So our first step is defining the ideal target market. Second, establishing trust and why are they going to trust you through your experience, your testimonials, and certifications. Third is identifying where they're going to be found. And then fourth is going and investing time and energy in those places. But here's the thing. We're talking about how do you get clients as a coach, but I'm going to beg and plead with you to not sell. If you go to these areas and you insert yourself and people sense you're selling them, they're going to bounce out almost immediately. We have a tremendous bullshit detector that if people smell that, they're gone. You're going to frustrate them. But the key to being a great life coach is being ultra present with somebody. And if you can put yourself in those environments, be present and really be curious. That's the next step, is just choose that you're going to have that mindset when you're going there to be present and be curious when you're talking with people. Now, the fifth thing is when you're there, being present, being curious, give it away. Give away processes that you can help somebody with. If you can meet somebody, even if it's in a casual setting, at a baseball game or who knows, whatever, and you're curious and they sense that you're being ultra present with them, and you ask lots of questions, and then you can actually help them with some of the tools and skills that you have, just give that away. If you change that person's life, they may become a client. And I've seen this more often than not. So don't try and sell them, but it's a matter of letting them know this is what, but be present and really try and change their life. Now, ideally, then they're going to go, hey, wow, this is great. Kim, tell me, what do you do? Well, this is what I do. And this is, and if you'd like to explore this more, you can let me know, and I'll invest an hour of my time to see if we're a fit. No cost obligations. But there is a certain amount of it that you have to ask for the sale. So you give it away, then you present the opportunity on how things work. This is how it is, and then say, if you'd like some time on me and we could explore if we're both a good fit for each other, great, happy to do that. And then once you do that, more often than not, people are, yeah, I'd like to try that. I'd like to check that out. Cool, fantastic. So at that point then, again, give it away. Don't worry too much about getting the client right now. You want to just change their life. People will feel that. They'll feel if you're trying to sell them or if you're trying to empower them, if you're trying to help them. So when you do actually sit down with somebody in that first few sessions, this is something that's ultra critical. You've got to be 100% present, and you've got to change their life. You've got to be there. You have to prove it to them. Just give it. And when you change their life and you get somebody to change their perspective and they look at things in a different way, holy smokes, the whole world starts to open up. And those people will become clients. And what's more important is that when you do amazing work, at the end of a great session, you say, hey, Bill, if you enjoyed this, if you found some value with this, hey, if you know anybody else that you think might value from what I do, please feel free to connect us and I'll be happy to talk to them. But that way they're giving you a referral. But this is a very simple way, but a very organic and very powerful way of building your practice and how you get clients as a life coach. So those 8 steps again are, number 1, define your ideal target customer. Who are they, where are they, and what do they value? Number 2, go through and establish why is that person going to trust you? What is the experience you have? What are the testimonials or social proof you can provide? And what sort of certifications do you have? Once you've done that, then identify where you can find these people. Fish where the fish are. Once you're there, be ultra present and have that mindset that says, I'm going to be here for them. I'm going to be curious, and I'm going to actually change people's lives. The 5th is give it away. Don't be afraid of pushing and helping people, being candid, but being present, not in a selfish way, but in genuinely trying to help them. 6, don't be afraid of asking for the sale and letting people know how things work. When they express how does this work, let them know. Great. And then make sure you follow up and hold them accountable. Seventh, make sure that you do amazing work when you work with people. And when you do, and you have those light bulb moments and you change somebody's life, make sure you ask for a referral. So ideally, you found some value out of this. We talk about this in the certifications for Life on Your Terms. And we've got a whole other course associated with the aspiring solopreneur that specifically talks about how to build a business. And we talk about marketing and building a team of advisors and all those other pieces. So please feel free to check out either one of those. Leave us a message, and we'd love to hear from you. If you have any feedback, please leave it below. Thank you. Keep smiling.